Do you need to have an all-access pass or paid bundle for your summit to be successful? Let's talk about it. I've hosted 3 audio summits thus far and many other collaborative events, and I have yet to do a traditional all-access pass. And that's because I treat my events as a pre-launch strategy to prime people for the promotions that I do afterwards, which means I don't have to worry about monetizing the event itself and can rather let it be an audience growth, engagement, and nurture strategy, which I think is actually what these events do best. But a lot of people want to add all-access passes and paid bundles to their summits, so let's dig in. Typical virtual summits include free access to interviews or presentations for a very limited time, often only 24 or 48 hours. And they reserve the extended access to these presentations or interviews for people who pay to upgrade. Often in that upgrade, there's also things like a private podcast feed, sometimes show notes, workbooks, and commonly a free bundle of normally paid products from the speakers. Personally, I really don't like the idea of gatekeeping accessibility features like a private podcast and show notes behind a paywall, and I much prefer allowing everybody to access my events for free, since the main goal is to engage them with the event itself. Reserving extended access to summit content used to be a big driving factor for why people upgraded to all-access passes, but in my State of Summits report, which gathered a lot of data from summit hosts, speakers, and attendees, it showed that people were actually upgrading much less for extended access, but often to just get accessibility options in the first place, or most commonly, for those bundle offers, which means they aren't necessarily engaging any more with your actual summit content. They're essentially either purchasing content they couldn't access otherwise, or they're upgrading to something completely different, which is the bundle offer itself. In my audio summit last January, I tried out an ongoing access pass. So this was purely to have people upgrade to keep access beyond the free listening period. Now, my free listening period was 30 days, so everybody who signed up for free had free access for 30 days, and the ongoing access gave them a year beyond that. I wasn't sure how many people were going to take me up on that offer, honestly, and I priced it really low because it was an experiment to see if people would even want to pay for access when the free access was so extensive. And I ended up having dozens of people upgrade, which was really interesting. They didn't need the manufactured urgency of a 24-48 hour listening period to still want ongoing access. And because all I was offering was ongoing access, it was clear they wanted to keep access to the content I'd created in my event. Another interesting case study is my recent collaborative challenge, AskMaster, where I included a premium bundle of offers, so offers that were usually paid that people could access for free if they unlocked them by taking part in the challenge, if they did the challenge task. My goal was to incentivize their engagement in the event. While we did have a fair number of the participants claim bundle prizes, I think the event itself was enough value so that people were happy to just participate in it and not bother with the bundles. And I think that was really telling too, that they're mostly interested in the event you're creating itself. All of this which leads me to think that in today's age of overwhelm and unease buying online, it's still smart not to put all your eggs in the upsell ongoing access pass basket to count your summit a success. A strategic post-summit launch and even paid sponsorships can be just as effective as monetization strategies for your summit and require honestly a lot less work on your end. And this allows you also to focus on creating a free summit experience that's really engaging and help you build that sense of community and goodwill without having people feel like you're constantly pushing for them to pay you right out the gate. Now, I know that's a bit controversial and many people still love their all-access bundles. If that's you, I'd love to hear in the comments. But I suspect that this is the way we're heading, and the role of virtual summits as a general strategy is evolving away from being the big cash cow and subscriber splash that it used to be in its heyday, and becoming more of an intimate community building activity that's more focused on connection and nurturing rather than selling right away. The sales cycle these days is slower and people need more time to know, like, and trust you before they're ready to buy. And rather than trying to cash in quickly in your summit with an all-access pass, I think there's going to be a big influx in people pouring into the event itself as an opportunity to create this sense of community. I'd really like to hear what you think in the comments below and what your experiences have been of purchasing or considering buying all-access passes. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and grab my free Standout Summit Speaker Guide below to get my best advice on finding great fit speakers and get my Notion pitch tracker and my email pitch templates for free.